Hello, my name is Braxton Thornley, and I'm a senior technology trainer at UEN. Today I want to step you through some of the activities that are available in Nearpod. Now, in addition to interactive media elements, Nearpod also gives you the ability to assess your students right in the moment and engage them with different types of games and activities that they can do to make your lesson even more interactive. Now, there are a bunch of activities inside of Nearpod, but today we're going to focus on three. The first is called Time to Climb, then we're going to look at Drawed activities, and then finally we'll end with Nearpod's Collaborate Board feature. All right, so you can see that I am on Nearpod's homepage, and I'm going to start by launching the Lesson Builder. After I click that, I'm going to click on Create a Lesson from Scratch, and you'll see that Nearpod gives me three options here. Today I'm going to choose Blank Slide and Activities so that we can kind of build something brand new together. Now, all of the activities in Nearpod are highlighted here. You'll see that the first is a multiple choice question that I can ask students. Then I have a Time to Climb, which is a game that allows students to answer questions and race up a hill. Then I have drag and drop activities where students categorize things. A Collaborate Board where students can post ideas to a digital whiteboard and respond to each other's ideas. Then I have open-ended questions where students respond just to me, the teacher. Drawed activities where students are given a digital whiteboard to work with. Polls, which essentially just ask students their opinion on different questions. Matching pairs activities, where students match different elements with each other. Quizzes. Fill in the blank activities, where students fill in text that's missing in a passage. And then finally, a memory game. So those are all of the activities that we have in Nearpod, but today I want to highlight just three, and we're going to start with Time to Climb. Now, once I've added this, you'll see that I essentially have the options to create a quiz question. So I can enter my question there, I can put in my answer options, I could choose which option is correct, and then I can even add an image or a time limit to that question as well. And you'll see I also have this AI Create option where I can generate Time to Climb quiz games using Nearpod's AI features. So I'd enter in my prompt, click Create Questions, and then all of those questions would automatically populate inside of my Time to Climb activity if I wanted to. Now, for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and click Add New, and we're going to jump to another activity that I want to highlight, which is a Drawed activity. So I'm going to add that into my lesson as well, and you'll be able to see that by default, I get kind of this whiteboard that students might be able to work with. At the top, though, I can add some instructions for my students, and I can even add a timer and an image to give them a better sense of the context that they're working in. Now, with this whiteboard, students can obviously use a marker like I just did here, but they have some other tools too. You'll see they have a highlighter, eraser, they can add images, they can add text, they can add shapes, and really they can use all of these different options to draw and create and annotate. One of the powerful ways to use this tool, though, is to add a background like I am here. So I'm going to go ahead and upload an image that is saved to my computer. And the image that I'm selecting here is actually going to be a blank map of the United States. Now, once I click Open, you'll see that that appears on students' whiteboards. And now I can ask students to do different things with it. So I might ask them to mark Arizona or mark Colorado, right? And I can have them annotate anything that I can save as an image, which is a really powerful way to use Draw. Now I'm going to go back and add one more activity to highlight here, and I want to choose the Collaborate Board this time. Now, like I mentioned before, a Collaborate Board is a place where students can share their ideas to a digital whiteboard, essentially. Now, up at the top, I can give my Collaborate Board a title, I can give it a description or a question, I can add images, but right at the very bottom is where students will share their thoughts. So they'll be able to type in this box here that I'm typing in. They can add media if you've allowed them to add media, and then once they're ready to share their ideas, they're going to click that blue Send button. Now, up at the top as the teacher, I can add different columns, which allows students to categorize their responses if I wanted to. So you can see I've put in like option 1, I could put in option 2, and I can label those however I need to label them. Additionally, though, at the very top of the screen, you'll see that I also have some student options, and this allows me as the teacher to control how my students are able to post their ideas to this Collaborate board. So I could choose whether they could see each other's names, whether they can edit their responses, or whether I, as the teacher, need to approve their responses before they become public. And you can see that I also have some media options where I can control the types of media students can add to the Collaborate board. Now, hopefully that gives you a quick overview of Collaborate Collaborate boards, but I do want to hop back to all of our activities just one more time to give you a quick reminder that there's tons here, so take some time to explore. Once you've added everything that you need to, though, you can go ahead and hit save and exit, and your lesson should be all ready to use with students. So today you saw a few of the activities that you can utilize in your Nearpod lessons. Now, hopefully this has gotten you thinking about different ways to engage your students, but also different ways to assess them and make sure that their learning is right on track. Now, I hope after this video you take the chance to explore some of those activities that we weren't able to look at in as much detail today so that you know all that Nearpod has to offer.